In this video, I will show you 3 ways how to install Google Analytics 4 on a website. First, you need to have a Google Analytics 4 property. To do that, go to analytics.google.com, and if you have never created a property before, you will be asked to do so. But if you already have some properties and you want to create a new one, then you need to go to Admin in the bottom left corner and then Create Property. Here you will be asked to enter the property name. It might be, for example, the name of the website or name of the business. Here I will just enter Analytics Mania Demo, then select the correct reporting time zone, the currency, and then click Next. Then select your industry, then select the size of your business and click Next. Here you have to select your business objectives. Based on these choices, you will see different set of standard reports. And there are mainly 2 options that I would suggest. You either select Get Baseline Reports, or you select all other checkboxes right here, because each checkbox will unlock a different set of reports. But if you choose this one, then all the others will be deselected. So let me choose, let's say, these 4 and then click Create. Here you will need to create a data stream. In this tutorial, I will be talking only about websites. That's why I am choosing the web. Here you have to enter the URL of your website. You can install the same property on multiple websites. So here you can enter the domain of any of those websites. So here I will enter a domain of my test website. Then I will enter the stream name and then click Create Stream. Then you will see the installation instructions, and that's where I will show you different options. So the first option applies to those websites that are custom built and you are not using or you don't plan to use Google Tag Manager. In that case, you need to copy this entire code and send it to your developer. The developer must add this code to every website somewhere in the head of the website's HTML. The developer will know what it means. So once this code is added, Google Analytics will be installed on your website and it will track some events like page views, outbound clicks, file downloads, and so on. Let me show you an example. So here's a code editor of the website, and keep in mind that for every website, the exact process will differ because there might be different files, different code structure. So you or your developer might need to adapt to some extent. So if I go to Google Analytics, I copy this code, then I paste it right here. It's right before the closing head tag, so it means that it's still in the head of the website. And then once I save these changes, Google Analytics 4 will be installed and we will be able to test this. So I will click this. And now if I go to the website, I can easily test if this is working. I can go to Google Analytics, close the installation instructions, then close WebStream settings. And you might also see a button to go to home, so click that. Eventually, your goal is to find the reports section on the left sidebar, and here you should go to real time. And here you should start seeing some visitors, at least yourself. There might be some delay, maybe of a couple of minutes, but eventually you should start seeing your data right here. So if you are seeing some users, then it means that Google Analytics was installed properly. The other installation option might be useful for those who are using some popular content management system or some popular e-commerce platform. Your website might have a feature, or maybe it might support a plugin that installs Google Analytics 4 for you, and also at the same time it might add even some additional event tracking capabilities. But steps here definitely differ on each content management system. So I cannot show you all the possible use cases, but here's just one of the examples. So here's a Teachable, it's a course hosting platform. And here, if you go to settings and then App Hub, one of the installations available here is the GA4. So you can click it, you can then click install, paste your measurement ID, and then click install. Now you might be wondering, where can you get that measurement ID, which is also known as Google Tag ID. So in this case, you should go to Google Analytics 4, Admin, then Data Streams, select your web data stream, and here is the measurement ID. It starts with G dash and then something. So copy this, then paste right here and click install. And from this moment, GA4 will be installed on your website, and you can also go to the real-time reports to see if you get that data there. On other platforms, for example, WordPress, you might need to first install a plugin and I mean Google Analytics 4 plugin, and then inside that plugin, you would need to enter your measurement ID. Just make sure that the plugin requires to add the ID which starts with G, because there might be some older plugins that require you to enter the ID which starts with UA. That is the old Google Analytics 4 tracking ID, and it is not supported by Google Analytics 4. So keep that in mind. And the third way how you can install Google Analytics is my favorite one, because it gives marketers more flexibility and they depend on developers a bit less. That is called Google Tag Manager. Basically, Google Tag Manager is a way for you to manage your tracking codes without usually modifying the website's code. Let me show you. So first of all, you would need to go to tagmanager.google.com and then create a new account and then create a container inside of it. If you have no experience and no clue what Google Tag Manager is, then I have a 1-hour tutorial and I will post a link to it below the video. In that tutorial, I talk about components of GTM more in depth. So definitely watch that first if you want to learn how to work with Google Tag Manager, at least the first steps. Because in this video, I will be showing mainly just the installation of Google Analytics 4. So once you have a Google Tag Manager container and your developer has implemented that container by adding this tracking code to the head of the website, then you are ready to install Google Analytics 4. Because Google Tag Manager is like a middleman between your website and your tracking tools like Google Analytics. You add your tracking codes here, and then Google Tag Manager will be activating your tracking codes based on your configuration. So once you have the container and once you have installed Google Tag Manager on a website, now let's install Google Analytics. To do that, go to Tags, then click New, Tag Configuration, Google Analytics, and Google Tag. Here you have to paste the tag ID or measurement ID, and you already know how to do that. You would need to go to Admin, then Data Streams, select your website data stream, and copy the measurement ID. Then go to Google Tag Manager and paste this measurement ID right here, and then click Triggering and select Initialization All Pages. This means that Google Analytics 4 will be installed on all pages where Google Tag Manager container is installed. And then let's name this, let's say GA4 config or Google Tag or anything you want. And then click Save. Now let's test if this is working properly. So click Preview, then enter the URL of the website where your Google Tag Manager container is installed and click Connect. This will open a website in a new tab or a new window, and you must see that the Tag Assistant is connected. Then you go to Tag Assistant tab, you click Initialization, and you will see that your tag is fired and it succeeded. Now let's check if your data is coming through and Google Analytics 4 actually gets it. So go to Google Analytics, then close the Web Data Stream settings, and then in the admin, look for Debug View. And here you should start seeing your events, for example, Page View. You can click it, and here you will see data like page location or page title and so on. So it looks like this is working fine. The final step is to go to Google Tag Manager and publish these changes so that all website visitors would get this tracking code. In other words, that this tag would be activated for all website visitors. To do that, click Submit in the top right corner, and then you can name this version, let's say GA4 installed, and click Publish. From this moment, the Google Analytics 4 tag will be activated for all website visitors. So if Google Tag Manager is activated for the visitor, then GA4 will be activated as well. But with more flexibility of Google Tag Manager comes more responsibility, because you have to learn an additional tool if you want to get that flexibility. So it's not for everyone, but in the long run, I recommend that very much because it will save you a lot of time. But if you want to learn more about Google Tag Manager, like how to track forms, how to track button clicks, and so on, then I will share several tutorials below the video. And that's how you can install GA4 on a website. Personally, I prefer the Google Tag Manager option because it gives you the most flexibility. But on the other hand, it also has a steep learning curve. So it's your decision what to choose. If you found this video useful, hit the thumbs up button below the video. That will help me understand what videos do you like and what should I create in the future. Also, if you want to learn more about Google Tag Manager or GA4, then consider subscribing to this channel. My name is Julius, This is Analytics Mania, and I'll see you in the next video.